press statement has been signed by Kashim Ibrahim-Imam, chairman of Tetfund, and Nduka Obaigbene, chairman and editor-in-chief of THISDAY Media Group and Arise News Channel. Both men are conveners of the 2022 committee, a non-partisan retreat to map out a new consensus for national rebirth. The committee included 100 leading business, political, civil, society, and thought leaders who met in Lagos over the last weekend from February the 4th to the 6th, 2022, to map a new consensus for national rebirth. The attendance included 14 current governors, 13 former governors, as well as 3 former Senate presidents, working in 3 subcommittees on national security, the economy, and Nigerian transition. The participants recognized that there's an urgent need to seek common ground and irreducible minimum actions to stabilize the polity at this critical time of the transition. Now, this press statement did emphasize that whilst the 2022 committee is interested in the quality of leadership that will emerge in Nigeria at all levels, it considers attempts to link the committee with candidates or political parties for the 2023 elections as an unwarranted and unnecessary distraction. Candidates are only chosen by political parties, and of course, the committee is not a political party. The committee believes that what Nigeria needs today is for all patriots to come together to rescue Nigeria from all political, economic, and security threats and promote the unity of Africa's largest economy. Arise business analyst Chika Mbonu joins us to discuss further. Chika, good morning to you, sir. Thank you so much for joining us.
How are you?
I'm fine, sir. Business interests and a smooth transition in 2023. I take it, Chika, that's what business interest wants as far as the committee is concerned.
Even the other stories in your rundown, speak more eloquently.
Yes.
And more importantly, about the importance of getting it right in 2023. We talked about the issue of fuel subsidies, talked about the issue of the war we're facing now, a semblance of fuel scarcity, driven by poor quality fuel that was imported into the country. And that speaks to the shame of a nation that cannot get its refineries right, And despite the fact that millions of dollars have over the years been budgeted and appropriated and withdrawn for this turnaround maintenance. The contractors are all well known. They are all members of these political parties. And so we have created billionaires and millionaires on the suffering of the citizens of the country. So the refineries are not working. And then also the NNPC officials who are supposed to have supervised this turnaround maintenance also have signed off on those have been done. And so you have millions of dollars that have left our treasury, but there's no benefit. The nation has got any benefit for that. And so throughout the landscape, you will find things, littered like this. Each day we'll come to this program, we'll talk about leakages. Last week, the group MD of UBA spoke somewhere and said between January and September we lost $4 billion on non-state actors through oil pilferage. Talk about tax leakages, talk about so many things. Look at power. We haven't got power right. Education is threatening to go on strike again. So look at the line that woes in the land. Security, every day you see that. So we are a country that requires rebirth. Indeed, all the stories you put out today, shake hands with each other, require rebirth. So the committee that has come up with a sort of an agenda for 2023 or for the rebirth of Nigeria is salutary. And everybody's saying, in all the fora that I've been to, everybody's saying that we can't get it wrong in 2023.
Right.
And it's saddening that when some of us go out there, and everybody's asking us, what's wrong with your country? What's wrong with Nigeria? What is that? And because individually, we're well respected. Yeah. Whether it's in medicine, whether it's in finance, whether it's in aviation, individually we're respected. But as a nation, we're just down there in the dungeon. And look at the ease of doing business. 130 out of 154, thereabout. And so the nation requires a rebirth. Yep. Look at on all indices, look at unemployment, youth unemployment. We're the poverty capital of the world. You look at insecurity, so all the rankings were not doing very well. The jury is out there. I mean, you don't expect those in power to speak differently. They believe in different rankings. But the issue at the end of the day is one of my bosses used to tell me that if the air conditioner on your car is cooling, you couldn't be doing like this.
Right.
You know, so we're actually doing like this when people are telling us the air conditioner is cooling.
Right.
Because, you know, it means that things are not working right. And so we commend them to, create an agenda for where we're headed in 2023, the important issues in our country. And anybody who's, going for leadership, this committee is helping to modify, to direct the agenda, and so that people focus on that. And it's no longer we didn't promise or we didn't say that.
Right.
So at least we know on the quick basis that national rebirth will be built onto. But do we need a national rebirth? Of course, a national rebirth. We cannot compete like this in 2023. It's as simple as that,
Thank you so much, Chika. As always, an in-depth breakdown there. The fuel situation, the president is asking for the head of the NMDPRA to answer questions on the contaminated fuel.
Yeah, of course. We say that the downstream of midstream commission is responsible for, in the new dispensation, we don't even know whether the PIA, again, the shame of a nation.
Right.
We will sign a law on which, so you must go, the whole world, starts acting on this law. Now we'll come back now and say this law has been deferred or some part of it deferred for 18 months and stuff like that.
Yes.
And again, inconsistency in policies is a shame in our country. The president has the right to query the midstream people because they are the people who are supposed to now inspect the fuels before they go through retail pumps. And wondering how, remember the DPR, the PEF, and PPRA have all been merged to this NM DPRA.
Yes.
So the sub-functions, let it not be, addition of, inefficient, transfer of inefficiencies
to the new entity.
The DPR and all these people were incompetent. They're trying to, so they answer a new name. Doesn't mean suddenly I become a whiskey and born again and stuff like that. But that's the issue. But that's our country. And people have to take their responsibilities very seriously. A nation, do you know how much GDP we're losing out of this? And we remember we're a nation just struggling with tepid growth, struggling out of recession. And then look at the queues everywhere now, and the traffic everywhere. And even the machines, the equipment that have used this adulterated fuel,
right,
how the engines will have been spoiled and so on and so forth. And that costs associated with this. But one nation that doesn't worry about things like this, they're going to make the noise now and suddenly everything be smoothed and it will pass away. Let people account for it. We're hoping that in this spirit, the PIA, if it exists now, the new body that is accountable, we hope that people will answer their call and provide a solution. Remember, NMPC is almost so important now. So they also are responsible. Nobody's mentioning their name because they're like the supplier.
Right.
So what are the controls? I guess when this has happened, when the guy is answering this query, he will answer that. What controls does NMPC have in place to make sure that the fuel imported in Nigeria is a high quality fuel? So that's also very important.
All right, business analyst Chika Mbonu. Chika, thank you much for joining us to talk about the latest issues in Nigeria.